Today we're going to do a 30-minute dumbbell and calisthenics legs and abs workout. You can do it as a follow along with me using just one pair of dumbbells. I'll be using 15 kilos, that's about 33 pounds per dumbbell, but you need to use whatever's right for you. We're going to kick off this workout with a brief bodyweight warm-up consisting of 4 exercises, 40 seconds each, running one straight into the other for just 1 round. So starting some frog to pikes, if you hold on to the floor, sink into this frog squat position and then stand into the pike. You could also hold onto your toes for this, whatever feels easier. Don't worry if you can't sink quite as low into that frog position. Just get as low as you can, knees out, posturing upright. And then as you stand the hips up, you need to draw your chest in towards your quads, going into that pike. Got something to elevate your heels on, that can really help with this one. Standing up now, we're going to go alternating single leg Romanian deadlifts. If you need to hold on to a wall for balance, that's absolutely fine. Your supporting leg can be slightly unlocked at the knee. You should be keeping it relatively straight. Rise the back heel up, pointing the back toe down towards the mat, avoiding turning it into an adductor stretch by twisting the hips. Instead, maintain the stretch on the hamstring by keeping square hips to the floor and the back toe pointing down. Next, into a press-up position. Take your left foot on the outside of your left hand. Nice big turn. Repeat on the other side. Right foot outside of the right hand. Nice big rotation, looking up towards that hand. Let's try and start lengthening out through the back leg now as we rotate. We'll get a good hip flexor stretch on that back leg, as well as hamstring glute stretch on the front. It's a good all-rounder this. And from here, we'll be lying on our back into some wipers. For the wipers, you can have your arms outstretched, or if you haven't got space, just put them at 90 degrees. We're going side to side drops, only going about 2/3 of the way down. You're trying to keep the opposite shoulder blade in contact with the floor, maintaining a 90-degree angle at the knee. It's a good one to ease up the lower back and start to engage the core muscles. All right, we've got a tough exercise to start on. We're going to do some pistol squats. Now you can do these full pistols, or you could do them like a chair pistol squat using a box, bench, chair, or even if you've got some TRX, you could do TRX assisted pistols. We're going to alternate legs, getting as low as you can, keeping as much control as you can. We're going to do 4 exercises, 40-20 intervals for 3 rounds in the first section of this workout. So just dipping down as low as you're comfortable with. If you've got a little wedge or a plate or something you could put underneath the heel, it does make pistol squats a lot easier. You still need around the same level of strength to do it, but it does reduce the need for as much ankle mobility. You can always lower the elevation of the heel over time as your flexibility progresses. If you're going for the box or chair ones, focus on knee control, making sure it's not collapsing in. And that's the same for the full ones also. Okay, once you grab one of your dumbbells, we're going to do a lateral movement now. We're going to hold the dumbbell between the legs, leave a little bit of room for movement to bend the legs. We're going to go side to side, lateral lunges. Again, another good one for your flexibility. Calisthenics is a lot about strength, but it's also a lot about mobility, and that's the beauty of it, really. It combines both together to create athleticism and muscle mass rather than just one or the other. Make sure that trailing leg is staying straight. Okay, onto a nice classic calisthenics core exercise now. We're going to do a hollow hold. If you can't do the full hollow, you can opt for a half hollow where you've got one knee in, one knee out. Whichever you go in for though, make sure your lower back is staying in contact with the floor and isn't arching off. Onto the fourth exercise. We're going to take both dumbbells now. We're going to hit the upper hamstrings mainly with a dumbbell Romanian deadlift. So you're going to need a hip hinge action, parallel feet pointing forwards. Reach the hips back, keep the dumbbells nice and close to your legs. I want you to focus on pulling the hips backwards. You can unlock the knees, but you shouldn't be increasing the bend of the knee much as you pull into the Romanian deadlift, and then squeezing the glutes through to bring you back upright. You don't need to overarch your lower back, but you definitely shouldn't be rounding it too much either. Somewhere in the middle would be perfect. Generally, you should be pulling your shoulder blades back to avoid any hunching. Great job. Okay. So you've got a well-earned rest now. Put rest intervals in. I want to keep you nice and fresh so we can maintain quality movement throughout the whole workout. We're going back into those pistols. If you're really struggling with pistol squats, you could just do a dumbbell goblet squat. But if you have got a chair or a box, I recommend trying that, even if it means putting a cushion and just doing a very shallow pistol. You can always build your depth with repeated efforts to this workout. Try and keep the heel on the floor for your pistol, and if you find it's coming off, I do recommend just finding something to put underneath it. From the front, your knee should be going straight, not collapsing in towards the big toe. You'll find that your knees feel a lot better if you don't cave them in. Grabbing one dumbbell for the lateral lunges. You'll probably warm up into these and get lower each set. Try not to let the bent knee collapse inwards on this either, so you're keeping it pushed out nice and wide. You'll feel an extra stretch in these adductors on the bent leg side as well. It's very hot here in the UK today, which is unusual, so if you see me sweating a lot, that's why. Onto the hollow hold. So for the hollow hold, lower backs can press flat to the floor. If you can't keep it flat, switch to the half hollow hold. If you can't keep it flat still, bring both knees in. Put your head and shoulders should be slightly off the floor. You don't need any turnout to your feet for a Romanian deadlift, so feet completely parallel and fairly narrow will stop the dumbbells from rubbing up and down your legs too much. If your dumbbells from a bird's eye view down are over your toes, then you're probably letting them hang out too far forwards. If you look down, dumbbells should be above your shoelaces or the tongues of your shoes, and that'll maximize the hamstring stretch and minimize the stress on the lower back. Well done. That's 2 rounds done. We've got 1 more round of those exercises. Have a short break in the middle, then we go on to the second section where we do the same format, but we'll be giving you new exercises. Pistol squats were definitely getting more difficult by that 3rd round. If you want to take your training to a new level, consider joining my TPT virtual studio. This members area gives you exclusive access to an extensive follow-along video library not available on YouTube. It also includes written workout plans you can do at your own pace, taking the guesswork out of training and optimizing your results. Save yourself from expensive gym memberships, long travel times, and average results by joining the virtual studio. To check it out, follow the link in this video's description after your workout. So we're starting off the next round with some reverse Nordics. I recommend if you've got a mat, folding it up to give yourself a little bit more cushion under the knees. Don't worry how far you're getting with these. Usually people who are going really far are just bending their hips. So I'd rather you do a smaller range of motion but stricter. So you're going to lean back, keeping a nice straight line, knee to shoulder, and pushing off the tops of your feet to come back up. Trying to work the quads on this. A good tip for keeping a nice straight body alignment is you should be able to squeeze your glutes through the whole movement. If you can't keep glute tension, you've probably bent your hips. If you've got a band, you could hook a band around a rack and hold on to the band, which will help make it a little bit easier. Okay, next we've got some compression strength. So we're going to be doing either double leg compressions or alternating leg. For double leg, it's going to be harder. We're looking not to rock your torso backwards. You're just looking to lift your legs, keeping your torso still, compressing the gap between your chest and your quads. It's okay to push off your fingertips slightly. It's still going to be challenging if you're keeping your body still. Try to hold for a moment at the top of every rep. This is going to be difficult if you've got tight hamstrings or weak hip flexors, or both. Next, I'm going to take one dumbbell. I'm going to do a reverse lunge. So if I'm holding the dumbbell in my left hand, I'm going to be stepping back with the left leg. I'm going to do that for 20 seconds and then switch. So we're doing continuous reverse lunges on this side, and then we'll switch at the 20-second mark, switching dumbbell and leg. Straight to the other side. Now this next one is going to look probably the easiest, but for me it's definitely going to be the hardest. We're going to do a side plank star. You can do this in a half star position as well. We can try the full star. We're only going for 20 seconds per side. Try and keep the top foot pointing forwards, not up. Have as big a split of the legs as you can manage. Switch sides. Well done. There's one round done, 2 to go. And for anyone doing that half star position, I'll be joining you doing that in the next 2 rounds because I've probably only got 1 full star plank in me. If you've got a mat, fold it up, ready for those reverse Nordics. As I said before, If you find it really hard and you have got a band you could loop round a rack and hold on to, it can make this a little bit more beginner friendly. But if not, just do the range of motion you can maintain good body position for. I'd rather you do a few really good reps rather than trying to do lots of quick ones. Onto these compressions. If you want to challenge yourself and see how much you're moving your body, you could shuffle and put your back against a wall, and then you'll really notice how much you're rocking. Switch sides. So into that side star hold, whether you're doing the half or the full version. If you're going to do the half with me, you're going to bend the bottom leg in half but keep the top leg straight. Straight to the other side. Well done. 2 down, just 1 round to go, and that'll be the workout complete. good job this isn't a HIIT workout today, because I am dripping with sweat. I think calisthenics was the right option for filming. And switching sides. Finishing with the last set of the workout into that star plank. I'm going to go for the full one again, give myself a challenge. And apologies if it's not the neatest one you've ever seen, but I'll give it a go. It's so tempting to turn that foot up on the top leg, but try and keep it pointing forwards. And quick switch. I think I'm a melting star right now. Trying not to let those legs drop. Well done, that's the workout complete. Thanks so much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below, how did you find that and where in the world are you following along from? Don't go anywhere. Here's a quick cool down stretch that you can do right now. And if you've got more energy, do this workout here and I'll see you for one of those videos.